Sarah and Vinnie on Alice at 97.3.
Here is your review of probably the most anticipated film of the year.
No, it's not. Just
Come on.
Just stop that.
I had 30 requests to come see this, and you were sitting next to Joe Montana. You were sitting next to Joe Montana at the screening.
So his wife dragged him to it?
His wife wasn't there.
He was alone?
He's with Lori Puccinelli.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's with Pooch.
So, all right, let's set up this film. The movie stars Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
That's the daughter of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the dude, because he sucks.
You gotta.
So in this
the guy
film-
stars in the movie. You have to
Jamie
mention
Dornan.
him.
All right. So in this film, Dakota is an awkward, dorky college student who works at a hardware store.
Right.
And when she randomly gets pursued by the world's most eligible bachelor, who, by the way, is a billionaire, she thinks it's a dream come true. Until she learns he's a master at sadomasochism. And the only way she can have a relationship is if she signs a contract and agrees to be the submissive and he gets to be the dominant. That's the film. Marcus, this is a 2-hour movie about a dude desperately wanting this girl to sign a contract. Did it hold your attention?
The entire time.
Really?
The entire time.
The entire time.
Really?
This movie will hold your attention.
I fully expected this to be absolutely terrible, but I went in going, I'm going to give it a chance. But from everything I'd heard from everyone, oh, the book was terrible. The movie can't be much better. This movie's going to be awful. I'm like, okay, let's check this thing out. I'm so glad I never read the book. And this is why I say I stopped reading fiction, because so many movies are made from books now, and everybody gets into the whole, the book is better than the movie. Yeah, whatever. So it ended up being a very entertaining film. I can't even lie.
Does this movie do a good job at making the audience feel uncomfortable?
Some people. You know what?
People were squirming the entire time. People were like shouting at the screen last night when we were watching the movie.
Wow.
Like there was weird, odd places of giggling, and every time I looked around, somebody was shuffling in their chair.
It's like those people who's like laugh inappropriately at horror films when somebody's head gets cut off or something. Yeah. I will say though, Dakota Johnson.
Let's talk about her.
She is amazing.
She's a star.
Really?
Phenomenal.
You have a brand new star as a result of this film.
So good. I get it though.
I'm amazed.
I get why people were so into that book. Even though I never read it, I get it, because here you have basically like a Bizarro World Prince Charming and this guy Christian Grey. Listen, what chick is not going to fall for a good-looking, model-looking 27-year-old dude who's apparently bringing the wood? And he's taking her out on the first date on his own helicopter that he pilots, by the way.
Yes.
And he flies a plane. Oh, and when he gets home, he takes you to his house and he plays piano for you. I get it. Completely get it.
Yeah, and every time you go out, it's in a Bentley or an Aston Martin. Let's talk about the kind of the premise. Do you find this movie empowering for women? I do.
Really?
Because she held her ground. This girl held her ground.
That's a really good point, actually, Hooman. That's a really good point. Normally, in one of these situations, you would think that the heroine would just be like fawning all over, which she is.
She is.
But she is clearly a woman who's got her own mind.
So in the end,
she's not a pushover.
The submissive dominates the dominant.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Wouldn't go that far.
You know what? One thing we learned is this isn't a standalone book. I guess there's a couple of these. There's three of them. All right.
I read them all. They're okay as far as erotica goes. But I was very surprised to hear it was going to be made into a movie.
Well, let's talk about that, because there's a character in this movie, for those of you who have read the book, named Mrs. Robinson, Elena. And she's not in this film.
Oh, she's not?
But she's going to be in the next one, and there's a rumor mill of who's going to play her.
Well,
Who do you think it's going to be?
I think it's Sharon Stone.
It is Sharon Stone. Yeah. I think it's going to be Stone, too. What do you think about that, Marcus?
Couldn't care less.
All
I'll be honest with you. Just,
Marcus, is this a date movie?
Moves me in no way. Or a date movie? Could be. Could be. Depends on what you want to happen at the end of that date.
And then let's just talk about the thing.
Your ass kicked?
The white elephant.
What's the white elephant?
There's a lot of sex in this movie. I mean, a lot of sex. A lot of...
I don't know.
Banging. There were at least 5 sex scenes. How were they?
2-hour movie, 5 sex scenes.
How were they?
You know what? Some of the sex scenes are pretty hot.
That's right.
I would say this. I expected more, to be completely honest with you.
More than 5 sex scenes?
It's not.
The whole book is sad.
Everything I heard, I thought this was just going to be a complete and total porno.
They're banging the entire time.
No, they're not.
I
No,
felt
they are
felt
not.
like it to me.
You know what? You want to see a lot of
wake up
sex?
for those parts?
Watch an episode of True Blood. It's got more sex in it than this movie.
Oh.
I
Or
don't know.
Banshee on Cinemax, by the way, every Friday night. Phenomenal show. Everybody should see it.
Is this a sexy
Banshee?
movie?
Yeah.
Is this a sexy movie?
Yeah, it's
It's a
it is
sexy
kinda
movie,
sexy.
everyone.
Yeah. Although the guy is just,
I don't like him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's no
he's,
good. He's wrong.
I don't want to. He's not right for this role. Put it that way. He's just not there. You could have done a lot better. And the problem with him is that when he's in scenes with somebody like Dakota Johnson, who is owning every single minute of screen time she's on,
Really?
Phenomenal.
I'm so surprised.
He is the weak. Would you not say he's the weak link? Of
Yeah,
the film?
and he has a facial issue going on that all the chicks were talking about at the end.
One
And-
eye is more open than the other.
one eye is small and one eye is big,
Oh.
and you can't help. I mean, this is so superficial, but the guy's supposed to be this flawless billionaire who's amazing in the sack, and he's got this weird eye, and everyone at the end of the movie is like, "Oh, that eye!" That
He has you know what he has? He has the eye that you think that pirate has under that flap over his patch. Yeah.
So you guys really liked it. I am
Well-
really surprised to hear this. I did hear a pretty good review of it the other day, which I was very surprised to hear.
Are you gonna see it?
I mean, I might now.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Sum it all up. Let me just say this: the film does a couple things well. It keeps you really engaged. It makes you feel incredibly uncomfortable.
You love that.
Yeah, and you can't help but love Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, I walked out of this movie, I'm like, I love this girl.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
For those of you anticipating this film, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. You'll be satisfied. With that being said, I'm going to give it 3.25 Persians.
You know, we were sitting here off air, and I was talking about one of the reasons that it's probably going to get a lot of bad reviews is because it's going to be a piece of popular culture stuff. And anything that's popular, people automatically say it's going to be sucky. And I think I walked in with kind of what the perception that everybody else had of what it was going to be. And it ended up being a movie that I enjoyed thoroughly. I liked it. I think Dakota Johnson is amazing in this movie. She'll never get an Oscar nomination because it's just not that kind of film. But it's worth it just to see her kind of turn the tables on this guy towards the end. She keeps him at bay, and it's her character that really keeps you interested. I got to give it 3.5 Aussies. Really good.